Hello everyone, my name is Veronica, I'm from St. Petersburg and I'm not a Let's Player or a streamer, I just want to show you some walkthrough of one of my favorite visual novels, Jester, and I'm planning to make several short videos and we will go till the end of the first branch. The game has many branches and I will play the first one. And I must apologize for my not so perfect English because I was practicing long ago, so there would be words that I don't pronounce correctly, and so I apologize. So let's play. I hope you will like it because I like this game very much, and it's not a random indie game. It's a visual novel from the developer, from the creator of the infamous Demonheart. If you play visual novels, you certainly have heard about it, or even have played. So Lamp has made her second official game. It's very different from Demonheart, but I like it very much, and you will see how good it is. So let's play. We select, of course, new game. Feathers, frozen in time. Is this a vision of the past, the future, or is it all the same? We are frozen. Who am I? What am I? Am I human? I've been called different names. Servant, ingrate, fool. I am a fool. I still feel the jester's cap on my head. I must have had a name. What was it? His Majesty called me Medion. A peaceful day in Quilicia's palace. I was crouching on the floor as usual and King Damien was pacing the war room. Then, like many times before, he decided to address me almost as if we had been friends. Oh god, how I hated this guy. Well, you will see.
You might think being a king is simple, my fool.
Yeah, sure, I think it's simple.
Do you imagine ruling Quilicia is easy, Madian?
Yes, it's easy.
Never, Your Majesty.
Oh, by the way, the voice of Medion is the same voice of Dorius or Reis from the visual novel Demonheart. So you have learned something in your time as a noble, although it didn't last long. I have learned most of what I know under you, Your Majesty. Poor guy. But do you understand my position? It is anything but comfortable. What do you want from me? I have to surround myself with treacherous snakes to win the war. We play as Medion, the Jester. The only man I trust is the captain of my guard, and that's only because he's brainless.
I have never left Quilicia in my life.
What a pity.
As much as I love my kingdom, I wish I could see the world outside.
Hmm?
So do I.
There is indeed little I am allowed to do to enjoy myself, yet someone like you might assume I have it all. I'll trade places with you if you want. In an impulse, King Damien moved to strike me with his royal orb. He stopped halfway through. As I feared, you have learned nothing. I know you are plotting to escape, but I won't let you leave. Ever since he took me in, I've tried to run away. I would try too. It's not that I hated my country, I hated living with him. Living with this guy, this king. If I tried to leave the palace, his men would find me and bring me back, so I had to run much farther. I had to flee the kingdom.
I will never let you go, Madian. Do you understand?
Oh. I like this face of Madian very much. His mimic is remarkable. Am I asleep? My bed is hard and cold. This is not the straw bed I usually sleep on. Am I in the dungeons again? What did I do this time? My eyelids are heavy. Well, as you can see, we have two choices, but only one choice is allowed now. When we will go further, we will find some keys, and these keys will open possible choices. We can go back and make different choices. This is my destiny, my fate. Always a madman. There was nothing else for me to become. My own parents cursed me with this forsaken name. Or did they? Was my name always Medion? I suppose asking myself is futile. I was a fool to begin with, and now I've even managed to lose my memories. I lie on the hard surface. My body is heavy as if intoxicated. Wherever I am not supposed to be here, but the darkness won't let me go. Same as King Damien. What is the point? Every day is the same, and I'm sick of it all. If I ended up falling asleep someplace inappropriate, I'm getting punished anyway. I may as well make the best of it and have a good rest.
It might work out soon.
Faint voice, but it's not saying anything. Light rustling of fabric. Someone touches my neck, but I can't move. Did I fall asleep in the stable after sneaking out to spend the night with some commoner? I'm getting punished for sure. Another sound? Footsteps running away. Well, it seems I'm not the only one regretting it. The palace. I was sleeping in the hallway. Oh, I like the music. It just so fits in the atmosphere. My head is spinning. Why is it so warm in here? And what is that coppery smell? Copper smell. Oppa.
Your Majesty.
Yes, yes. Someone should have done it. King Damien lies still on the floor. There is a knife. Oh no! In a panic, I overstep my bounds and decide to place a hand on his chest. Nothing.
You can't be.
Tears run down my face and my whole body convulses in despair. He treated you like some piece of, and you're crying. Good. Why? Why is he dead? Because someone has killed him. I never wanted something like this to happen. He thought the worst of me, reprimanded me, humiliated me, let his guard beat me. But I never wanted it. Okay. How could this? My vision is foggy from tears, but that's not the only cause of this strange sight. There is too much light in the hallway. Well, if you look at this picture, we will find the palace is not supposed to look like that. It must be because someone broke a half of the wall. How? Did they break in using some magical means and murder His Majesty? But they stuck a knife in his stomach. Would a powerful adversary capable of such destruction really use a knife as a weapon? You're smart. If this wreckage was done by some sort of war machine, it must have been placed in the heart of Quilisa. But there is no way for the enemy to get this close to the palace. It makes no sense. Where is the killer now, and why was I asleep in such a dire situation? And where are the guards? Why did they not protect him? Stop crying, please. With the dagger sticking out, His Majesty's body looks desecrated. But if I touch the weapon, someone might think...
Ah, the culprit returns to the crime scene.
Well, at first I didn't like her at all. When I was playing Demo, I really didn't like her. But when I have played all the game till the end, well, there is something about this girl. She's smart and she is not what you might think of her. Well, she's really good. Who is she? She's one of your love interest guy. My head is aching. Right now, the only person I remember clearly is the one lying on the floor. His Majesty King Damien Krylos. When you drink too much, you don't remember things, yes. But who is this woman? I know she belongs here, she is somewhat familiar, but is she a friend or foe? Well, flashback. One day I snuck inside the tunnels, I wanted to be alone, I was so sick of it all. I would be sick too. And then I caught her in the middle of the fall scene. I didn't want the woman to see me, but it was too late. I had already witnessed the scene. She turned around and... For the life of me, I can't remember what she said. I think she explained the gruesome scene. The dead bodies, it wasn't her doing, it couldn't be. Her name is Edwina. She was supposed to be King Damien's alchemist. The tunnels beneath the palace were full of magical ingredients. I was allowed to go there since, as I quickly discovered, there was no escape route through the tunnels. Whenever someone entered the laboratories, Edwina would warn them.
You are all amateurs. Do not put your fingers on anything, or you risk losing them.
In fact, there wasn't a single magic substance that was safe to touch according to her. It was all incredibly dangerous, and so it seemed like none of the stuff was useful. Edwina was more of a scholar. She knew what each item did, but I never saw her use any, at least I don't think so. Sometimes she acted like His Majesty's mother, trying to fix his bad behavior. He kept her alive, so I don't know, maybe he actually listened to her.
My head is spinning.
Oh, I'm certain. Well, I like her. This forsaken headache is ruining everything.
Is it true, Madian? Does King Damien lie dead? Or is this all an elaborate illusion?
His Majesty is obviously dead. No sane person would claim otherwise. Why is Edwina in denial? Should I support her in her mad idea? Well, there is a choice which can increase your love, interest, affection. Well, when I play visual novels, I try to romance everyone, to be in good relationship with everyone, so let's make a good choice and try to indulge her. Tis a lie. So Edwina affection increased, as you can see. As I thought, now dispose of this wretched fake body and point the way to the real King Damien. Well, Edwina, you are smart, but can't you see this damaged palace? No. Okay. Also, who came up with the illusion, and where have all those annoying servants gone? No, you're really smart. Yes, okay. How would I know? You were always curled up at His Majesty's feet, one way or another. You watched his actions closer than even I. If this is a plot to test us with his fake death, I say well played, but King Damien cannot be dead. We'll find out what happened. We? As if I'd stand about while you gather your servant friends. How can you even stand the cook and that cleaning lady? My friends from the palace, I had forgotten them until now. Aren't you a cleaning lady as well? What? I thought you worked in the dirty tunnels. Oh, I do. I keep my workstation tidy, but I don't clean up after others. Haha, I see, it makes a huge difference. Watch your mouth, Madian. I'm surprised you know about my friends, given that you don't mingle with servants and jesters. Have you been spying on me? Such insolent lies! I'm simply an observant person. Then why can't you tell if His Majesty is alive or dead? Oh, Madian is such an asshole. I like him too. His Majesty must be alive and I still serve him. Yes, he must. If not, all of Quilisa would. No, he lives. This is a trick. I didn't want this either, but what's the point of lying to ourselves? You are of no use. I shall investigate on my own. Good luck. I am not the only one lost in the dark. Edwina was acting so strangely. At first, she wasn't even shaken. Was it because she refused to fall for the trick? Or is she such a bad actress that she murdered His Majesty and couldn't even fake sadness? Then again, who is really going to be sad over this? Well, I agree. I agree with this. Only madman. And you're the one, madman. Okay. Everyone hated His Majesty. Why else is no one coming? Does everyone already know? I remember little of the palace, but it wasn't always this set ruin. There's no help in King Damien now. I wish there was something I could do. I feel like we last talked only an hour ago and I already miss him. I must be truly mad. Well, Madion, that's okay. No, what am I doing here? Sitting and watching over His Majesty's body won't do him any good. If Edwina thought it best to leave him like that, who am I to bury him? Yes. I sneak through the hallway. It will be difficult to hide with all this light, but I have to make a run for it. I stick close to the wall, trying to hide behind the columns as I walk, but there is no one patrolling the hall right now. In the middle of the floor, I spot an abandoned note and change my course to pick it up. It appears to be some sort of official notice. Lady Lucille's execution today at noon. Lady Lucille. Flashback. They had brought me to watch as King Damien handed out judgment on the war captives from Dacia. Most of the prisoners were set up for execution. Then a young woman was dragged before His Majesty, a woman of delicate, noble features. Their guards pushed her onto the ground. Rising from the dust, she knelt down in front of King Damien.
Your Majesty, I swear loyalty to Quilicia and renounce my traitor brothers!
Well, really, I don't like her. When I was playing the demo, I thought I would be romancing Lady Lucille. She's one of the love interests. But no. Just this saying, I swear loyalty to Quilicia and renounce my traitor brothers. She just wanted to save herself. No dignity, no loyalty to her country, nothing. Well, no. She's not good for me. Someone might like her, of course, but no. Mercy, I beg of you.
What did you say?
What did you say? I renounce the name Myra. My brothers are corrupt and dishonorable leaders. Of course. I don't think she believes in her own words. King Damien laughed. Yes, I can relate. There was no hope for her. She only disgraced herself and her family. Yes, exactly. I felt sorry for the poor girl. I understood her desperate attempt, but I knew she'd regret it. Okay. I say you are a liar, Lady Lucille Myra, a fine liar, a true prodigy of the den of snakes that is your homeland. But since you insist, we shall put your words to the test. I'll do anything to prove myself, Your Majesty. Grinning, the king made an announcement.
We shall have a trial by fire.
Well, that's too much. And sorry, I shall do some settings. Okay. We shall have a trial by fire, and that's too much. If you can walk through the burning field unscathed, you are telling the truth. If so, you will be granted an honorable seat in my court. If not, at that point you shall stop being my concern. He laughed again. Well, at first I took pity in her, but now, no. Some hours later, it was all arranged. King Damien sat with a good view of the field, surrounded by his guards. The common folk started gathering around. Once again, the king's guards brought me to witness a scene I did not wish to see. Why? Why he should watch all this stuff? I can't understand. If I averted my eyes, I knew they would punish me, so I knelt by His Majesty's feet and watched. Lady Lucille stood in front of the field, trembling. The men set the wheat on fire from her far left and right. They ordered her to wait. When the fire spread, they pushed her forward. She stumbled and started walking with uncertain steps. She reached the middle of the field, and the fire closed in on her. There was no sound but the crackling of the flames. I couldn't watch any longer. There was nothing else to see. The king laughed. Went on and on. Creepy. I raised my hands to my ears. I couldn't take any more. I had to stop the sound, even if they punished me. At once, the laughter stopped. The crackling sounds were dying out. On the other side of the shared field stood Lady Lucille in her light dress, looking back at us. She was still trembling. She fell on the dark ground, fainting, but she was unburned. That was how Lady Lucille got invited to King Damien's court. He had to keep his word. Still, he never entrusted her with any important tasks. But after all of that, he still decided to kill her. When did this happen? Between my last memory and the blade in His Majesty's gut? I don't know if Lucille did something to warrant this, or if the king simply regretted letting her leave. Well, this is the second affection choice. Well, sorry, but I don't like Lucille, and I don't want any affection points with her, so I don't feel she's important to me, really. I'll choose she may be an important source of information. Though I don't remember, I think Lucille would surely speak to me. I should make an effort to find her. So, as you can see, no affection points increased. I hurried down the hall, only to find Lucille's room with its door broken down. It looks as bad as the rest of the palace so far, and there is no one inside. Anyhow, this is not where they'd hold her execution. It would probably be held in front of the palace, so I'd need to go downstairs. A bit further, I noticed someone shivering by the window. Oh, this is my favorite love interest here. I would never think I would romance a guy, but yes, this guy is something different. He is something else. Okay. Poor thing. Look at him. He appears lost, distraught. As he becomes aware of my presence, his eyes slowly spread.
Hey.
Hey to you.
Hi there, Marion. Great performance.
And I like his voice. It suits him.
Yes, I'm certain it was great. From your point of view.
Asshole. He didn't hear the last part. He was so oblivious. You're Median, right? Yes. I hope I'm not hurting your feelings, but who are you? Who am I, indeed? I mean, it looks like you're Jester, and that's really funny. I kind of remember you, but my head is all messed up. The king is dead and this guy claims amnesia. How convenient. Wait, it's the same with me. I was that Jester. I never wanted that, and thankfully, I no longer have to be. What? Those sad eyes. He looks scared enough even without my yelling. Stop yelling at him! I actually don't remember your name. Could you remind me? Calyx. Sounds familiar, at least that much is true. So, who are you, Calyx? Oh, he's blushing now. What is wrong with him? Why did he smile? Oh, he's in love with you. You really are a fool. Well, I lived in the streets until King Damien took me in. His Majesty invited me to the palace, gave me a big room and lots of nice things. But now that's right. Calyx was King Damien's pet. The king prided himself in taking care of Quilicia's orphans, and this one was his favorite. Calyx was already on the brink of adulthood when His Majesty found him, but he took him in nonetheless. He wasn't there at the time of my jester training. Jester training! Back then he was happily sleeping in the street. Happily sleeping in the street! Can you hear yourself? When we first met, this guy thought I actually wanted to be a jester. Anytime I said something spiteful, he thought my jokes were hilarious. There were times when he'd ask me to sing for him. Well, sing for him? Of course I refused. That would be a new law, reduced to a disgraceful jester and performing for some street urchin. Most of the time I avoided singing in public, but there were occasions when I was forced to. Sometimes I sang to myself thinking I was alone, and that guy would pop out of the shadows as if summoned by my song. I hated it. At least I found some comfort in knowing he was predictable, unlike the whims of King Damien. When His Majesty wasn't with his generals and advisors, he spent his time around certain young men. Me for one, and then that guy. Perhaps His Majesty enjoyed teaching us about life. More likely he was merely flaunting his power and wisdom. I'm pretty sure the light-haired boy never got the beatings like I did. That's why he wore that stupid happy face all the time. I kept telling myself he's the lowest of the low and that I shouldn't envy him. While I got the occasional rough handling and spent a few nights in the dungeons to get disciplined, he was rumored to be the king's pet slave. What the... Oof. I never found any evidence of that, but I chose to believe it because I despised him. Why? Why? The guy really, really likes you, and you despise him. What for? And yet, for all my hatred, he just couldn't get out of my way. Because he likes you!
I found you both lying on the floor.
Damnation! Was he talking this entire time? Wait, where did you say you came from? I woke up right here. He was sleeping in the hallway too? Strange. The king's pet had a better room than I did. If he's telling the truth, then we were both put to sleep somehow. Or maybe it was the impact of whatever destroyed the walls, although neither of us seemed hurt. I was so confused. I mean, I still am. I don't even know what day it is. Neither do I, now that he mentions it, although for me that's nothing out of the ordinary. Since I didn't remember what duties I had today, I tried to find His Majesty and ask him. Okay, if I went and bothered His Majesty with such an idiotic question, I'd get slapped. And this brat talks as if he had any real duties, aside from looking pretty. So you think he's pretty? But you know how that ended. I thought you were both dead. I panicked and ran away. All the footsteps I heard earlier, he chickened out upon seeing some bodies. Or could it be he ran after stabbing His Majesty? But I didn't hear that, did I? Can I even trust what I heard? Wait, back there he touched me. Or was it someone else? You thought I was dead, huh? Well, at first I did. And then he checked. But King Damien had that knife lodged in his stomach. He really is dead, isn't he? Dead as dusk, I fear, though Edwina chooses to believe otherwise. Is that the mean lady who just passed through? She's not so mean. Well, I guess anyone who doesn't know her might think so. Working so closely with His Majesty has made her stiff. Then again... What is she doing there? They are certainly dead. Did she do something wrong there? For all I know, she was trying to resurrect them. No, that's impossible. Edwina is only an alchemist by education. She's not some magical witch. We don't know that. She possesses a lot of theoretical knowledge, but I'm not sure how much she's been using it.
Madion?
Calyx has been waving in my face. You drifted off thinking about Edwina? Oh, he's jealous. How do you know? Do you read minds? No. The last thing you said was that the mean woman isn't really mean. Doesn't make much sense to me. You should have seen how she grabbed me. Ah, you don't like it when women grab you. She pulled my shirt like she was going to beat me up, called me a useless darling or something like that. Useless darling? Were you having an affair with Edwina and the king? What? How can you say that? When I first saw you, I thought we may have been friends, Madion, but now I see you're a huge asshole. There is nothing I couldn't agree more. So quick to judge, or was that a memory coming back? You are an asshole, aren't you? I know for a fact that you and I were never friends, pretty boy. I'll have to remember that. Oh, I so like this bickering. They both are adorable. Really adorable. With the way he was always sucking up to King Damien, I couldn't even pretend to be his friend. Look, I don't want any guards running into me, so I'd better... There aren't any guards on the entire upper floor. Have you been everywhere? I ran pretty far from the bodies, I mean from you. How much time passed while I was sleeping, and this guy, how long has he been awake? Still, that doesn't mean the guards can't appear from some place. If someone accuses me, I'll use Calyx as a scapegoat. Asshole. That would serve him right. Or at least I could make him give me an alibi, if he's smart enough to say what I want. I actually feel staying here is safer than going out, but I need to get out, don't I? I was supposed to check on Lucille and sneak out of the palace. But can I really leave? Leave His Majesty unavenged? Why do you care? I'm going downstairs. Wait, I'll come with you. I don't want to be here all alone. Alone? True, the palace is strangely quiet. If I say no, he'll probably follow me in secret, and I definitely don't want it. Come to think, being sneaky is one thing we have in common. Too bad, because everything else about this guy is horrible. Tag along. Yay! If he's coming with me, I may as well ask. Hey, Calyx! Oh, he's so happy. If we run into any guards, can you distract them for me? As long as you're not pulling anything shady. Escaping Quilisa after the king's murder is as shady as it gets. I should probably take Lucille with me, though. Even if Calyx wanted to help us, he couldn't hold the guards off for long, but I'll take what I can get. He doesn't seem to understand my intentions right now, which is a good thing. Come to think, his mood shifts rather quickly. A mere moments ago he was mourning King Damien. I'm not sure what to make of his behavior, but since I'll be looking for Lucille first, I should tell him. I came upon this notice. Lady Lucille's execution today at noon. It might be worth investigating. Lady Lucille's execution today at noon? So he can read. Good. Who is Lady Lucille? She was King Damien's ward, I think. She was in the court, but only in name. So, a young lady under his care? Why would His Majesty write her execution order? It's not that he took care of her as much as he had her in captivity. Were you the only one allowed to talk such trash about the king? Because you were the jester, right? I hope this wasn't common practice. It'd be a terrible lack of discipline. I'm sure no one was allowed to talk trash about him. Anyway, this lady must have done something pretty bad to warrant an execution. Yes, her very existence was bothering him. You seem to bear a lot of grudges against King Damien. Why wouldn't he? Well, it feels like there are so few people here, a public beheading is hard to imagine. Nevertheless, do you wish to save this Lady Lucille? Do you care about her? What doesn't he get? No, I am looking forward to the execution. You're joking, right? I don't actually remember much about her, but I don't believe she deserves to die. I hope she's not your betrothed. Now, that is pretty much impossible. Just look at him, all hopeful, and at the same time he's so jealous. He wants him not to be betrothed to her. Oh, he's so sweet. I can't help myself. Now, that is pretty much impossible. I am a lowly jester. Of course, Lady Lucille could not be engaged to me. Perhaps in a past life. Why? Because we might find her dead. Would you like that, little jerk? I'm just saying it's a possibility. Weren't you supposed to be a nice guy? Do you mean that in a bad way? He's just flirting with him. If the lady was sentenced to death, doesn't that make her a criminal? No, she is the daughter of King Damien's enemy, something like that. Oh, great. So, I suppose she would be in the dungeons. I was thinking about an execution in the courtyard, but that would mean it's too late. I hope she's alive and in the dungeons then. Alex looks at the bright sky outside. The note doesn't have a date on it, so I suppose it was meant to be today? Hopefully. Not that a date would mean anything to me now. But I guess it's not noon yet. Well, it's nearly 11 o'clock. Do you know where the dungeons are? Stupid questions. I'm supposed to know. I've been there. I thought I did. Now that you ask, I don't remember. We both don't remember anything. We should just go. We'll find the place. I feel like I know more than I'm aware of. Does it make sense? Actually, it does. It's the same with me. Wow! I'm glad we're in this together. Does this mean he's feeling better already? I suppose I shouldn't remind him of King Damien now that he's cheered up. He'll be of more use this way. What am I thinking? Do I only wish to get as far away from King Damien as possible, or am I in a hurry to find Lucille? My head isn't working as well as it should, if it ever did. No matter, Calyx seems as scatterbrained as me right now, so he doesn't question my terrain. Still, we should leave. When we reach a huge staircase, Alex quietly complains how stairs are short and we're going down. He's been silly again. So, we should stop here. I will make the second video and we will start from here. For now, thank you for watching. I don't know what should I say, but I hope you liked this video. Feel free to write down comments, and if you like this game, you can find it in itch.io and on Steam. Okay, thank you for watching and goodbye.